begin trying to curve and fly and angle towards safer landing zone. It definitely helps your descent speed.
Then, as I'm approaching the ground, I will, and you tell me if I need to quicken this or not. I will do another jump and try to put myself underneath the surface of the water.
I think you would have enough time for this to constitute a quote-unquote new round, so it wouldn't need to be quickened.
All right, let me mark down those spell points. There.
You dimension door with slowing your descent with your wings, plunging, teleporting into the water where your wings catch even more resistance. Thank goodness they're not truly... They are a part of you and they are there, but they're not there. Or else this probably would hurt as they're sort of pushed to their limits, sort of getting splashed by water. You take no damage. You are about some 40 feet in the water. But you know, you can your wings are giving you plenty of light as is. And you begin to swim up. Your wings going away as you surface.
And then he gets struck by lightning.
Yeah, and then he gets struck by lightning.
The thing, instead of saying, no, we don't attack the tower, it's like, actually, in fact, we do now.
Just hits the water. Like, I'm sorry, Tango. I did not mean to drop that on you. I'm sorry.
Electrocute him in the water.
You thought!
We getting some fast.
You swim back to a bank, which has like a bit of like a, not a dry dock, but like a little, like a walkway up, and you walk on up, and it's up to you if you want to be on the east or west side. Or I guess, my bad, north or south. They're east and west on the last old-ass map we had. Which part of Duveros you want to be on?
Whichever is closest to the commons, the colonnade.
Roger that. Alrighty, so that is Sajar. Let's switch gears. Need not. You're done cooking. I don't know if that's a yes or a no.
Yes or no?
Yeah, it's a yes. Yeah.
You go back with Polis to the Colonnade Commons. As you guys are walking back, Tolis remarks, "Do you mind if I split off or we make a detour or something?"
Sure. Where do you want to go?
The Temple District.
Mind if I come?
If you want.
Why not?
I just want to... ask for something back.
What did you lose?
I didn't lose it, I just handed it over. Although maybe they won't give it back.
Can I ask what it is? I assume they'd be walking to, like, the two of them would be walking towards that area.
Yeah. You guys will walk and talk. My book. I gave it over earlier, but Tolis like just sort of like has like her hands open, just her gestures around. I honestly feel a bit lacking, empty without it.
I mean, you're always with it, right?
Don't ask for it back.
Who'd you give it to?
One of the acolytes at the temple, a multi-faith session.
Was there a reason? I assume. But...
I thought it'd help. Thought it'd make me better.
Saros will frown a little bit. Make you better. What do you mean?
I thought that maybe if the daemon went around, I could start doing things on my own better. And also then I wouldn't have such easy access to all the stuff, right? But now I'm just feel she just sort of gestures around. Lacking.
You thought taking away tools you use to your advantage would help you do better on your own?
I mean, she looks at you. How much of the stuff I did, is me? Or was it the daemon?
I don't know.
She frowns at that. Neither do I.
Well, either way, we can go try and get it back.
She nods at that. I just have to figure it out.
Well,
You
you're
guys-
gonna have to figure it out alone.
Maybe I have to, maybe not. I don't know.
Silas won't have much to say in response to that.
You guys make your way to the Temple Multi-Face Seshub, and there is no huss or fuss nor bustle as you guys are walking there. The streets are pretty lacking, given how much it's pouring. You as you are walking there, you have a pretty good passive perception. You have
Yeah, I do.
You spot an angel fall from the clouds, the skies, and then you realize, wait, that's not a fucking angel, that's Sajar. Because his wings are pretty iconic, and you're like, what the fuck is
Wait, I know those
that?
effects.
Why is Sajar falling from the clouds like an angel crashing down to the earth? And you see him land somewhere
He's an asthma.
along the river, maybe.
How far is that from
Oh,
where
so
we
we're gonna
are?
take that as like divine intervention.
I don't know, like a couple blocks towards the river edge.
Silas will, in quite a bit of an alarm, go, "Oh my god, did you see that?
What?
I think Sajar just fell from the sky! What the fuck is he doing?"
Polis doesn't think you're lying. That being said, you are known for being a trickster. So Toad's at a bit of an impasse. Are you sure that was? Are you sure that was? Are you sure you saw it? Are you sure that was Sajar?
I'm pretty fucking sure. Quick detour, and Silas will start going towards.
Sure. You guys go over to the waterfront, the river edge area where there's like, sort of like a promenade that you can sort of walk down the river or alongside the river. And you can see on the opposite side of the river is like 30, 40, 50 something feet at this point. You can see Sajar dragging himself up out of the water like a dog that just got caught in the flood. Just sort of
Silas will yell across. Are you okay?
Oh, what? Who's there? Oh,
over there, about
Silas.
40 feet away. It's Silas and Tolas. Way over there on the opposite side.
is there a quick way to cross?
Quick. You could walk down like a couple hundred feet, cross the central bridge, and then go to them. I guess. I don't know if you determine that's quick, but it's there.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You run, you
I'll
can make there in like
look
12
over
seconds.
I'll be right over, and I start making my way.
Tolas is like looking down at the water, the river, like what the fuck? It's like she's so confused. You meet him a bit halfway, more like a quarter way. He has 3/4 as he walks on over. So you guys are still on this side of the embankment. And there he is, Sajar, looking like a drowned man. Consider how he was just in the water. And this rain is not helping. The thunder and the lightning not helping. But yeah, there he is. If there were anyone else, you think this is you're about to start a combat encounter as a demon emerges out of the water. But it's Sajar.
What are you doing?
Man, that was a rush. Tolis, do you speak giant?
I do.
What? Here, look. What is this?
Tolas like like that's the thing. This thing's still stuck to you. Like it's like magnetically stuck to you. So Tolis is like in awe at like what the fuck it is, and then she like gingerly like circles around because it wraps around your hand and trails down your arm. So she has to like ask you to hold your arm out and then like turn it so she can read it easily and stuff like that. It's not really complete, obviously. It's torn. I guess the communication, she looks around for like some mud, which there's a plenty, and then a stick, which there's some. And she writes in the mud the commonification of it, the, script.
Yeah.
Tappy, 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 tappy.
It reads that. I'll put that in Discord as well. Just so I jump
Oh, I
on.
straight up thought I just lost connection because how quiet it got.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what she makes of it.
Interesting.
This was in the
Just-
clouds.
Yeah, I reached out and grabbed it.
Has to be Storm Giant. The clouds
Yeah, that would
themselves
make
would
a-
have a different energy about them if it were a cloud giant. If it was a storm giant, it is a storm giant. The electrical energy has to be that. But
See
why?
now, this, I point to the storm, isn't natural. It's designed, it's like, I saw it from higher up. It's like this web of directed strikes. There's no chaos. This isn't a storm. This is a tool of some sort, and I have no idea what it's for. I had to see it.
Is that why you split off earlier?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Now that we know this.
Well, it made me think of the egg. Sorry, the
What?
stone rock.
Oh. Hmm. I mean, storm giant to storm giant, that makes sense. I would love to know the rest of it.
Oh yeah, can you get this off me, by the way?
Oh, Tolos like begins like grabbing at different parts of their pouch and pulls out sort of like, it's not a pen because it makes it sound like a right. It's like a pointed implement for like pointing at stuff on a map or something, like a little like baton thing. I don't know how to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And she delicately mutters some mystical incantation. Not really a spell, more of a just sort of like just a arcane distortion, I guess, to prevent her from getting zapped herself as she like delicately like sort of pries it off of you. It really just comes off of you like wet paper, really. But as she finishes pulling off you, it just sort of fizzles and disappears. Well, at least we got a look at it.
Anyway, what are you two doing here?
Well, I wanted to go back to the inn, but we're taking a quick detour. And
We're going to the Temple Multiface session, and then we're gonna go back to the inn.
Right.
Ready,
Session
join
kind
us.
of creeps me out ever since I saw him wearing my face, so I'm gonna leave you to it, if you don't mind, and head over to the inn.
Tolos gets like a smirk at that. I mean, that's fair.
tell us
Unless
nods.
you need my help, then I'll come along anyway.
I mean, if you wait here, it's just down the block. I can just either they won't give it back to me or they will give it back to me. Then there's no point in belaboring it. So if you want to wait here a little bit, there's a canopy over there.
I'll be waiting over there. Soon, a little bit then.
Come on, Silas. And Solus begins jogging off.
Silas will jog along.
You guys go into the temple multi-face Seshub. The place is predominantly empty of congregants. There is still that old man from earlier who's sitting in the back pews. He's still there. But you know, you think the same acolyte from before, it's hard to tell, they all fucking look the same. Goes on up and recognizes Tolus. And it really isn't much of a struggle or anything. Like, Tolus asked for it back, and the acolyte just asked, okay, that could be done. Why? Well, you just gave it over to us like some hours ago. Why do you want it back all of a sudden? And then Tolus just explains, says simply, I don't feel complete without it. Book get acquired again.
Fuck yeah.
And then you and Tolus make your way back to Sajar, pick up Sajar, and make your way back to the Colonnade Commons.
Silas comments that Sajar's wings look pretty cool.
Fucking sick. Simp, he's a simp.
Yeah, no, they've, yeah, and very sturdy.
Yeah.
That would have hurt if those wings were actually attached to my body. Like a lot.
Oh.
The way I would describe it to you as Fred to /Shazar is imagine pulling like your arm all the way back, like you're ready to like wind up a punch for someone. Now push it even further back. All right, you're feeling that strain in your shoulder. That's a soft amount of what it feels like. So if you're trying to push it even more back, you're definitely feeling that. So if it was physically there, you probably would have felt even more of that.
Am I feeling it yet, Mr. Krabs?
I'm not feeling it, Mr.
Unfortunately.
So you guys go to the Colonnade Commons. Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
Verdane had to look for Marika in all of the Temple District. Find Marika, talk with Marika, talk to these children, and then go to the Colonnade Commons. Whereas you guys sort of split off at around the same time and just went a series of different directions, but are still going to the same fucking spot.
Yeah.
So, by that power, you guys are roughly all there at the same time. Give or take.
Cool.
Give or take maybe like 5-10 minutes.
What?
That means, so
I
where is
was-
Silas trying to go? Like, I know you're going to the Colonnade Commons, but where are you, who or where or specifically are you going?
Well, first of all, Alessander, before Silas had left, had asked to look for Lourdes Azalea, and I assume that he would describe what she looks like to Silas, so that Silas could actually get an idea of if she was there or not.
I would assume so.
Yeah, you
so
didn't say to look
Silas-
for her. You just said that if she's there.
Yeah, so Silas is gonna look. Silas is just gonna take a look around, see if they find anyone who matches that. If not, they're gonna try and find Tertia.
There is a lovely woman dressed for outdoorsy, even stormy attire, accompanied by two individuals who look less on the social side, more on the technical side, and two house guardsmen.
I dried the three of us off before we stepped completely inside.
Prestidigitate.
Yep.
So you do spot someone that seems of the Lordess's description.
Silas will go up, assuming that this is the right person.
As you walk on up, you can see that the two house guardsmen tense a little bit as your random people they don't know approach.
Yeah. Lourdes Azalea?
She's in the middle of drinking like what looks to be some sort of like hot tea, and she looks over to you and tilts her head inquisitively and raises an eyebrow. I am sorry. I do not believe we are acquainted.
No, I'm Silas. Alessander told me to look for you.
Ah, you are an acquaintance of Alessandro.
Yes.
Might I ask, where is he? He
He's
is more than a little bit late.
yes. He is on important business. I can't remember the name of the noble house we were at. What is it? Someone would
Traherne.
help? That I'm not gonna try and say it. I don't want to embarrass myself.
It is 2 syllables.
Pray earn.
That's what I heard. There we go. I didn't hear it properly the first time, and I didn't want to ask again. And so else will say he's at House Traherne in unimportant business.
Is Alessandra assisting with the investigation?
Yes, he
Yeah.
is.
He is an unrelenting man, even on matters of personal effect, she says, gesturing at the 2 craftsmen with her. So, shall I assume then that he will not be coming this evening?
I don't know how long it'll take, but
Ah.
how long have you been waiting?
She pulls out a pocket watch. About 50 minutes. Approaching an hour.
Silas
Close
will
the
look at
pocket
his
watch.
jar and be like, I assume it's going to be quite a bit longer.
It may be. There was another party of investigators working on the same case. I don't know how long that will take them.
Well, if that is his case, would you be returning back to Alessandra?
Sorry.
Then perhaps, she stands up, we shall see him on a return back to the noble quarters.
Yeah, he should be within. When I left them, they were at the guardhouse outpost, asking some questions. They might still be there.
I will not interrupt any investigations. If you see Alessandra before myself, then let him know. That it is rude to keep a lady waiting. But
Absolutely.
I understand. Duty calls. And
Is
if
she
you
wearing any jewelry?
Oh yeah. She's a lordess. Lordess, one of the oldest houses here. Of course.
Does it look like any of the pieces she's wearing is either very old or a custom piece?
Make a perception check.
Perception? Where's my perception? Here is my perception. Ah, God damn it! Hold on. I got to think for
I'm
this.
sorry, Azalea. Who?
Yeah, magical guidance. Perception. Come on.
Hey,
Better.
wait.
Hey!
And you have Tolos with you, and Tolos has guidance.
Nice.
It's a different, how to say, there are different types of jewelry she's wearing in those veins you were discussing prior. There are pieces of jewelry on her which do look old and dated, and they fit her just fine, but they're not custom fit, you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other accessories which are custom fit, that are either a part of the clothes she's wearing, as part of, like, to say, the trimmings and stuff like that, or ones that fit snugly on whatever parts, wrist, earrings, rings, what have you. She's not a terribly, as far as nobles go, Twinsian or otherwise, okay, compared to, like, field Twinsian nobles who live in their own territory in the Twins, yeah, she looks ornate as hell, but compared to, like, southern nobles, she's a little bit less than that in terms of showiness. She's not flush with jewels and anything. If anything, you're more flush with jewelry than her.
Yeah.
The pieces that she wears none are meant for, okay, let me take that back. They're all meant for showing stuff, showing pedigree and pedestal, not for showing and flaunting wealth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she would definitely clock him taking note of the jewelry, and probably be able to tell that he lingers a bit on the older pieces, and she would see a sort of appreciation of the history involved in the piece as well as the craftsmanship.
With a 22, and you are looking for accessory. This is by okay. At surface glance, it wouldn't look like an accessory, but it is, and you would notice that with a 22. She does have a blade at her side, but as she stands up and you can get a look at the length of the blade, there is no length of the blade. Just the grip and the hilt. And the crossguard.
She's a Jedi.
She's
Jedi mind.
a jetty.
Well, I guess after standing her up like this, she's gonna be a Sith real soon.
If you see Alessandra before I do, again, let him know it's okay. Duty calls.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It will be upon him to make any further arrangements or appointments for his equipment.
I will make sure to inform him.
Then, Silas Sound, she gestures at you. Because
Ooh, that's
give your name.
That's quite a piece.
Pardon?
Point at the. Oh, sorry, your sword hilt and grip, the pommel, and fascinating.
She brushes
That seems-
aside her cloak or cloak or jacket, and you can see a broken blade. It is a legacy artifact in my house.
The blade itself, was it a ornamental blade, like a beautiful one, or is it more of a practical?
Definitely. Not like it's not like old school English ornamental. No, it's not that bougie. It definitely would have been able to be used as a sword, but it definitely has more trim, more gold trim and stylization about it that, a skilled craftsman took the time to make this look pretty and be functional still.
That is quite a beautiful blade. It's a perfect balance between functionality and art. I can see why you've kept this around for so many generations.
If I'm being perfectly honest, I know the stories behind it, but I'm yet to see what it actually does. I've only been told that it has the power to protect.
That's the best kind of strength there is.
She nods at that.
I am Sajar, by the way. Friend of Silas here, and I guess new acquaintance of Alessandra.
She looks between the two of you. She rolls an insight check that isn't really an insight check.
Air pump.
She gives you a vibe check. Air pump. There we go. He muted himself. She gives you guys a vibe check. And she gets a smile on her face, closes her eyes, and bows her head a bit, ducks it down, sort of I see. I see Alessandra keeps good company.
Sajar just sort of lowers his head a little bit, thanking her for the compliment, without saying anything.
Then I shall bid you both a good evening.
And the same to you. I'll make sure to tell Alessandra as soon as he gets back.
Fantastic. She begins walking off, and she does have an umbrella, unlike 90% of people that you've caught off guard by the storm. Or my bad, not 90% of people you've met, 100% of the people caught off guard by the storm. She busts out an umbrella, just and gets to walking. So, you guys are here at the Colonot Commons. Yeah. Redane and America are here as well, although I don't know what they've been up to. while you guys are talking to Lordess Swaddle. I guess they're probably looking for Amber. But what about you guys, though? Because O is talking with his wife, I'm assuming, about an air pump.
So I didn't realize I was muted. Silas is gonna look for Triciana.
She's still there. She was actually watching as you were talking with Lordess Swaddle.
Silas will, before they just walk away, they'll be like, guess I've got some studying